Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we've got another episode of the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger issue 4. This is the last one for what I would assume this month, and then hopefully, if possible, I can carry on getting the next ones from Fanhome as well. So as you can see, quite a few parts to build in this one, like it was in the last episode, with the front valance, the front grille, and the nose. Obviously we've done all this section here, so let's have a look, see what we've got in the magazine here. A little bit about Dominic Toretto, and obviously a bit of his storyline within throughout the series. Filmography of Vin Diesel, and obviously all the films that he is in, from when he first started off in Saving Private Ryan right the way through to the newer films. The Dodge brand, a true legend, obviously starting off from where it started, where the first car was. And in the parts this time, we've got the front left brake and suspension pieces, and obviously shows where it is on the left hand side. So obviously you've got the caliper, the brake discs, and obviously wishbones and everything like that. So it shows going through every single section, how it's all done. And then obviously you need the wheel from issue 2, which I have right here. Norm Grabowski and the legendary cookie car. Obviously I don't really know much about this car at all, but some of you people might know out there. Some more information about the cookie car, Grabowski's signature. You've got the skull as well, and then that is pretty much it. Right, okay, so without further ado, let's get into it and see what we can start building, or what we actually put together. So let's take these out. And first of all, it says put the parts of the brake disc 4D and 4E together by inserting the pins on one piece into their corresponding. So these pieces are actually made of plastic, and as you can see, there are 2 little pins as well, and all we do is just line them up together. If it is the right way, let's just make sure. There we go, that's one in, and then just slide that in, and that is a nice, snug, clean snap fit together, like so. So okay, there we go. We have the caliper, or the brake disc, sorry, not the caliper. So we put that to one side, and then we need, it says put the wheel hub 4B, which would be this piece here, I would imagine. So we have this piece, and this is metal as well. I assume what you do is locate it with the locating pins right there, making sure it's all together. Just making sure that is the right way. Yep, okay. So what we do first is we get the screws, and these are screwed together with CM screws. Oh, got too many out there, so get my screwdriver as well. flip that over, making sure that is in place. Load the screwdriver up. Oh, it's come apart. There we go. Okay, so first one goes in like so, and then we get the second screw. And then we just tighten it, making sure everything is nicely done. And there we go, we've got the 2 screws in, and then that's what it would look like. Okay, so we can put that to one side, and then just quickly put these screws back in as well, making sure not to get the rest of the screws confused or get these ones lost at all, because I assume that we would probably need these later on as well, which we would probably need because it says 4 cm screws right there. Okay, so what we need next is the actual spindle, the 4C, which is the actual spindle, and the caliper base plate at 4P. And these, yeah, again, are fitted with 2 cm screws. Right, and we have a couple of holes just here and here, and what we would do is just line it up with the positioning of the spindle there to the same positioning here, and that just goes in to place like so. And then what we do, as I said, 2 cm screws, and cm screws as well, and they go into the top 2 holes. That's one. And then we get the second one in. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the 2 holes there, 2 screws in with the spindle. Next we get, it says here, insert the spindle and base plate assembly into the center hole in the brake disc. So we get this side, making sure everything is in line, and then we just slide it in like so, and then slide the brake caliper 4A, which is this piece here, which is metal as well, over the brake disc and the spindle. Right, okay, so what we do is we locate these 2 holes over with these 2 holes at the side here, and then I've done it again. We get some more cm screws, and then we just screw that into place either side, making sure not to over tighten or strip the thread. And there we go. So there we are, we have our first brake disc and brake caliper, and it does actually spin as well. So put that on the side, put the screws back in until we do need them again, and then we move on to the next section, which we then attach the shock absorber cylinder to the inside of the upper spring mount. So we then get the upper spring mount, which is this piece here, and that is metal, of course, and then the cylinder tube, which is this piece here, and then we fit the two together with an EM screw. Okay. So what we then do is just locate it into this hole here, which just like that, and then get the screw just like so, and then screw that in. Making sure that that is in place, nice and snug. Okay, and there we go. So that's how that is. And there we go. So it's fitted into like that. Next piece, we align the upper control arm with the corresponding holes into the spring mount, or of the spring mount, sorry. So they attach either side on the inside here and here, making sure it is the right way around as well, just like so. And they are fitted with FM screws. So we need 2 FM screws. Just bring them out. Yeah, again, make sure everything is all lined up. And as soon as that bites, there we go, that one is on. Then we get the second one, and just repeat the same until you get that in, and there we go. Okay, so we'll just go over and tighten them up as possible. Just like so. So it should be like that. Okay, so next thing we need is 4H, 4O and 4N. So we need to insert the pin on the traveller limiter 4O, which is this tiny piece, onto the upper, or into the hole on the upper part of the suspension arm, we have a little hole here, and obviously we've got the little pin, and that just sits in place like so. There we go, and there it clicks. Okay, so got that bit into place. After that, we need to insert the eye of the shock absorber piston into the slot of the suspension arm. So that would then slide into the little slot here and sit into right there, and that is fitted with an FM screw. So just get a screw, load that up, and then screw that into place, making sure that it is right. This one is a bit of a lengthier screw as well, so it will take a little bit of time for it to go. It's almost there. And there we go. Okay, so we have that bit together. And the next bit, in the same slot of the suspension arm 4N, which is this, we need to insert the king pin. Which is this piece here, and that is fitted with a FM screw again. Load the screwdriver up and then insert that into the hole. There we go. And once you've got that in, you should start feeling that go a little bit easier. And then making sure that's in nice and snug, like so. Okay, so we have that in like that with that screw there as well. Next, and then we have to slide the knuckle arm 4K that we've just fixed in place, or onto the end. You slide the knuckle arm onto the end of the king pin. So making sure that this is in place, we then slide that in onto this piece here through that hole, and then this time that is fitted with an EM screw, so she'll get another one out. Okay, and then that screw just goes over just like so. Like so. There we go. Okay, so that is pretty much that bit done. So, okay. Next stages, we then put the completed suspension and brake parts together using 2 cm screws. So we then have to connect those up just like so. This one could be a bit fiddly. And they are connected with 2 cm screws. So first off, load up with the screw, position that in place first. There we go. That's the first one in. And then the second one. Now the best way that I can suggest about doing this is obviously moving this to one side, starting off with that. Then once you've done that one, you can then move that over and then do the second final screw into that. And there we go. We have the suspension arm in place, just like so. And then we grab this whole section, and it says insert the ball joint into the corresponding hole in the upper control arm, and then align it with the wishbone of piece 1 of the spindle. So that would then go into that, I would imagine, like so. And then we need this tiny piece here. That would then go into the top here of this piece. And then you just align that all together into the slots. There we are. And then we put that together with a GM screw. So I get a GM screw, and then, as always, load the screwdriver up. And then making sure you've got the hole in correctly, you are then free to screw this all together like so. And get the other screwdriver, making sure that's in line. There we go. And there we are, our first suspension piece. So we have that in place like so, and it does actually move quite nicely as well. Okay, so next piece, we then grab our wheel from issue 2. We then take the hubcap off, making sure that we keep the washer in place, making sure not to lose that as well. And then we attach it to the pin or the hole of the brake spindle, or the spindle, sorry. And we attach that with an IM screw. So we get a screw. Oh, it's not coming out. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what we then do is load our screw up first, or screwdriver up first with our screw. Then you place the wheel onto the brake disc setting. Okay, so what we need to do then is make sure there is that little slot there that lines up with the groove. Okay, there we go. So making sure that's all together. We then secure that with the IM screw. Making sure the wheel is in nicely. Just double check that's together. And there we go. Then after that, what we then do is get our little hub piece back, and we then secure that back into place like so. And that is our completed suspension piece. And then, as you can see as well, there is an extra piece here, which is a spring. But it also says you will need it in the next assembly sessions for the build. So obviously just make sure you got a little pot or something like that, or a little box where you can keep them safe, where you're not going to lose them or anything like that. But that, yeah, again, this is beginning to starting to take shape really, really well. Really, really cleverly done that is. You know, the way the suspension can actually move up and down, and obviously turning like that as well. Cleverly figured out. So yeah. Okay, so that is pretty much done. As you know, we've done the front grille, the nose, the valance. We've done the bonnet and the supercharger. We also done the wheel in issue 2, and we done the steering wheel with the steering wheel column as well. So yeah, hopefully we get the next lot of issues. Hopefully Fanhome actually brings out more, sends out more to us, and we can obviously carry on this series. So yeah, if you'd like to know more about this, then I'll leave a link in the description below. If you look forward to seeing next videos, then leave a like. Always comment on the video as well. Let us know that if you're interested in the video. As always, subscribe. Click the bell. You'll be notified when I post up a new video as well. And hopefully we can carry on this build, because this is going to be really great. A big build. So okay, until then, we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.